Hey there guys, here I have my review on the new DC Multiverse Batman from Batman v Superman, the armored suit. This is also the Platinum Edition, which I believe is the same as the standard, except it brings the Kryptonite Sphere. So here we have the box, pretty big box, super cool. On the side you get the art, on the back you get a still from the movie, and then it's basic stuff. You guys know the drill. Let's get him out. So here we have Mr. Batfleck outside of the packaging. Pretty cool. Before I start posing him and stuff, I just want to show you guys a size comparison next to the Mezco 112 Batfleck. So remember, DC Multiverse is in the 7-inch scale. This is in the 6-inch scale. So he is a lot bigger. That is the one thing that is a shame for me when it comes to DC Multiverse, that it's a 7-inch scale and not 6-inch. So they stand out with the other figures, because most figures, SH Figuarts, Marvel Legends, Mezco 112, they're all in the 6-inch scale. So I really wish that Multiverse was switched over to a 6-inch, but it is what it is. I guess they could add more detailing and stuff with these 7-inch figures. So his accessories, he does come with a Kryptonite Sphere. So before I got him, I did think that this would be like a see-through plastic, but it's not. It's just painted, but it still looks pretty cool. And then it is a soft. I thought it would be like a hard material, hard plastic, but it is a pretty bendy, so you want to be careful you don't bend it out of shape when you pose them. And let me show you guys the details on that. Very nicely detailed, not a whole lot, just pretty much one cutter with some black wash. And then he does bring 2 extra hands. This one's open, so I guess he could be like grabbing Superman by the throat, or just like holding the sphere, like relaxing. In his other hand, he brings a left fist. And then the hands he brings on him in the box are pretty much the ones that you would use for, I guess, holding the sphere. So before I get into articulation and stuff, let me do a quick 360. So here we have him up close. I guess when you shine a light in his face, the eyes do kind of seem, at least on camera, to have like a glow effect. They don't glow, they're just painted on there, but it does kind of seem that way on camera, at least when you shine the light in his face. So that's pretty neat. You see all the scratches and the details and stuff. The cape does have a wire in it, which I'll show you guys how that works. I feel like the cape is a bit short. I feel like it should be touching the ground, I think. The Mezco 112 one did touch the ground just slightly. And let me show you guys the back. Pretty nicely detailed. You got the strap here, which he uses to hold his kryptonite gas grenade launcher. You got the back of the boots, his butt cheeks, and then the side, very nice. Let me show you guys. The bottom of the boots has the cleats on there. They're actually quite pointy. Now let me show you guys the articulation. So his head does go up that much, so it could be like he's staring at the sky when Superman first arrives. My neighbor is drilling in the background, so sorry about that if you guys hear it. He does look down that much. Of course you could rotate. Well, you can't really rotate his head sideways because the helmet does bump into his armor. So I mean, you could kind of force it if you really want to, but I'd rather not. The shoulder pads are like a light attached with a soft rubber, so you could bring his arms out all the way. Actually, he does have an upper bicep swivel. I was trying it on the other arm, but it was kind of stiff, so I didn't want to force it. He has bending at the elbows. They are not double jointed, so you can rotate his wrist and bring it in and out. His ab crunch goes down that much, and it goes back that much. So he has the upper ab crunch, and he also has a swivel right above the belt, and a crunch at the belt too. The belt is this whole belt slash underwear piece is like a separate piece. It's like a rubber. His legs, they actually go out a bit more than I thought they would. They go forward that much. He does have double jointed knees, so that's nice. He also has a ankle pivot. So he is a pretty stiff figure. Like, he's articulated, but he's kind of stiff. And then he has this right here. I don't know what that would be called, but you could do that. And then the wire in the cape. So he has a wire that runs along both sides of the cape. So I guess you could. It's a very thin wire. It's not that thick. So I guess you could pose it kind of like it's the wind's blowing and he's just standing there. So it is a pretty posable wire. So that's pretty cool. And then the cape, the bottom of the cape is all tattered, and that's also cool. Would have been nice if they had like some random holes in it. But yeah, it doesn't really look dirty, but I guess you could add that yourself with a black wash and make some holes in it. I actually just noticed while I was doing this review, I was like, his left side seems green, and I don't have the the spear next to him, so it's not like that it's reflecting on him, the paint, whatever. So I did notice that this side, that's pretty cool. It has a very light touch of green paint on his mask, on his arm, and this side doesn't. I kept noticing it while I was doing the review, and I was like, what the heck is that? And then, so they did add like a touch of green over his paint, so it could be like when you pose him like this, it's reflecting on him. I thought it was just like a light trick or something, but it's actually painted like with a very small dash of green. So I guess that's what makes the platinum edition platinum. It brings a spear, and it also has that green paint. So that was pretty cool. Very subtle. I didn't notice it until I was doing the review. It's pretty cool. So now that I do put the light directly in his face, I do notice that it's actually not so subtle. It's pretty obvious. I took him right out of the box. I went straight to the review. I didn't really like look at him for a while. So yeah, now I do notice that the green is very obvious. You could see it there. So I'm low-key wishing that I would have gotten the regular edition, so it would have been like without the green. But I guess the only downside is when I take my toy pictures, he has to have the spear with him in the picture, so it makes sense why he's green. Or I could just photograph this side. But that's interesting. And then his legs too. Got some green down there. I thought it was like very like slight, but now that I like put the light up to him, I'm like, holy crap, it's actually pretty damn green. You know, I didn't notice that when he was in the box. So that's pretty cool. And I guess that's it for this review, you know. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this review, please hit the like and subscribe button. And again, thanks for watching.